guys, I have been in an editing hole trying to get up this holiday drinks video, which will probably actually already be up on my channel by the time you guys are watching this. So I'll have a link somewhere, but I have YouTube playing in the background and I just saw the new trailer for the Fantastic Beasts movie, The Secrets of Dumbledore, and I'm excited. I'm also disappointed they took Johnny Depp out. Those are my thoughts and opinions, but it looks really good. I'm actually excited to see it. Welcome to another day of Vlogmas. Also, yes, there is a fly catcher thingy back there that I'm pretty sure is expired because it hasn't catched any flies. We had like a weird fly infestation like a week ago, and I went on like a fly killing rampage with my dish towel, but clearly that thing didn't work, so I need to take it down because it just looks trashy. Here, I feel it. I can feel it. It's been a couple more hours. I have literally lived at that desk all day trying to get this holiday drink video up. It's a lot to edit. My head hurts. I haven't eaten anything all day and it's 3 p.m. So I made myself just some eggs and avocado and rice cake. Let me take a bite first because my stomach's like, feed me. First of all, let me just say, I have really been enjoying Vlogmas. I was kind of worried that I was just gonna like suck at it this year. I mean, as far as like getting my videos up, I thought that I was really like gonna struggle doing that, but I've been doing pretty good so far, and we'll see how the rest of the month goes, but so far I've been doing pretty good. It is a lot. I feel like I am just living at that desk. I'm having a good time. I wanted to kind of talk with you guys about our moving update. In case you guys don't know, Day and I are PCSing back to Hawaii in the spring, and we are so excited. So it's just been kind of like a process of getting paperwork done and whatnot. I don't know if I said in our like official moving announcement video, but Dagan got his hard orders, and then after he got those, I had to go to the EFMP. EF, is that what it's called? EFMP? I don't know any of the acronyms, you guys. I am not that military spouse. Yeah, EFMP. I had to make an appointment with them. Basically what that is you do a questionnaire with a physician. They ask you your medical history and if you have any symptoms or health issues that you're dealing with where you see a specific doctor or specialist, they have to make sure that where you are going, they have that available for you. So it's mainly if you're going overseas or to Hawaii. And so I had to set that up. They called me and did it over the phone because of COVID, and it was like super easy. And then Dagan had to go get his hard orders amended because generally your dependents aren't on your hard orders at first. So they have to like go back, especially if you're going overseas, I think. It's just the soldier, and then you do the FMP, then you have to take those orders, go back and get them amended at like the family center or whatever it's called, I don't know. And he had to get me put on them. So now our next process is picking out a date to fly out, and we have between us certain dates that he can actually choose from for us to fly out. I'm not gonna say dates just for, you know, privacy reasons and what is that term? OPSEC or something like that. It's basically like security, like you shouldn't be announcing that on like social media, stuff like that, just for the safety of like you and your soldier. So yeah, we need to basically go and pick out our plane tickets. However, we're trying to figure out like all the dates and everything because we really want to have a chance to be able to go home and visit family before we go, because it's been like 2.5 years since I've seen my family. Dagan saw his family in October because they flew out here, but I haven't seen my family in a really long time, and I don't know if I'm going to fly home or whatnot when we're in Hawaii because it's very expensive to fly home from like Hawaii to the mainland. So I'd really like a chance to go and see them before we leave. So we're just trying to figure out when we're gonna go and do that, how long we're gonna be there for. We also have to come back here because our plan is to set up housing for the household goods to come be picked up, like packed up and everything before we go fly home to see family. That way can I kind of like get the process moving and already started. So we're trying to figure out when we're gonna go home so we can schedule housing, and then when we go home we have to come back here for about a week before we fly to Hawaii, because since we're shipping Chance with us, he has to go through a health screening to make sure that he's okay to fly, and you have to do that about within 10 days before flying. So we gotta schedule that as well, and then we also have to figure out our cars, shipping those. The Army will pay for one, so we have to pay out of pocket for our other car, so we have to figure out when we're gonna ship our other car ahead of time so that when we get there we will have a vehicle. It's a a lot. It is a lot. We need, like, you have to really have a checklist for this kind of stuff because it's very overwhelming, and yeah, it's overwhelming. So then before we fly out here, we have to drop our car off. Our second car that the Army pays for at the Vehicle Processing Center, and that's in Dallas. So it's just a lot. And then, I don't know if you guys have seen on the news, it's been making some national news, but there is a water crisis going on in Hawaii right now, which is kind of crazy. So long story short, there has been a petroleum leak into some of the water. I don't know exactly where the leakage is, but I know that a lot of it is going through the water system of a lot of on-post military houses. And so because of that, a lot of families are either being displaced and being put into hotels where their water isn't contaminated, or they're basically sticking it out in their home and they're having to fill up gallons and gallons of water every day to literally use it for everything, to shower, to eat, to brush their teeth, to drink, because I mean you can't use that water. I mean, you're basically drinking gas that can make you extremely sick or kill you. So it's very dangerous and it's scary. I have local friends that are living there right now, and from what it sounds like, their water isn't contaminated. It's not the whole island that's contaminated, it's just certain neighborhoods and parts of where the water line goes to. This gal, I am friends with her on Facebook, she's a local there, and she posted an article explaining like the situation. So basically what the article says is the Navy had reported that there was a 27,000 gallon leak of fuel jet from one of the tanks. This fuel is leaking into the water system of certain neighborhoods and water filtration systems, so people cannot use it. I mean, it's unlivable. And the scary part is that they need to either reinforce these tanks or move them, because from what it sounds like, if they don't fix this, it can contaminate the whole island's water system, and then all of Hawaii will be unlivable. And that's a really scary thing to think about. Also, from what it sounds like, this is just speculation, don't come for me for saying this, but from what it sounds like, the Navy has known about this and they've just kind of pushed it off, and Hawaii officials have been trying to be like, you guys need to fix this, and it's not getting fixed, and now this is happening. And that's really messed up. If that's the case, that's really messed up, and you're harming the island, and that's just not okay. So it's just a really crazy thing, and I feel so bad for so many families that are being displaced out of their homes. They have families, they are living out of hotels. Not only do I feel bad for them, but there are now families whose household goods and cars have already been shipped over, and now they're getting calls that are saying, hey, we can't move you yet because of this whole situation. And so now these families that are here on the mainland or in, you know, other countries, they don't have anything because their stuff is already gone and they don't know if they're even gonna go over there. I follow a couple local pages for like PCSing there and whatnot, and people have said that they're getting their orders canceled or deferred a few months. And I don't know if that's with the Army, but I know that's mainly Navy right now. And I don't know if ours are gonna get canceled. As of right now, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like we're still good to go, but it's also the whole water situation. It's not an overnight fix. I don't even know if it's gonna be like a few month type of fix thing. Like, it sounds like it's an issue that's going to take a long time to take care of and like fix. So it's just kind of a headache. Editing Michaela's popping on here. I also wanted to add that because so many families are being displaced and put into hotels, the whole process for moving on post and housing is like completely halted. There's tons of like on-base housing all over the island, but based on where Dagon's going to be working, the neighborhoods that are affected is where we would live if we were living on post. And so they're basically not moving anybody into on-base housing. And so now the list to get housing is being pushed way back. Some people are saying it's like a year out now that people are waiting for housing. So unless you want to like rent off base and be paying extremely high rates for rent, or buy a house, which not everyone can afford because the market is just absolutely insane over there right now, which we want to do, but it just really depends on the market. So if we want to live on base, it's going to be an extremely long wait. So that's another factor. So part of me is like, do we just wait out and like not try to like schedule anything right now, or should we schedule stuff? It's just crazy. You really don't realize how much you need water and depend on water until it's not accessible to you. And I just feel very grateful that we haven't had to deal with something like that before. We had like a small situation like a couple weeks ago where there was like something about like the water with the town was like contaminated. The Army here put a new like filtration system in our water, and because of that, it smelled and tasted like straight up bleach. So people were having to like buy water bottles. I mean, you could still like shower and stuff, but it just smelled like bleach, and people were saying that they were having to take some of their small children to the hospital here because their babies were like getting rashes because the water was just so harsh when they were bathing them and whatnot, or they were brushing their teeth, and like one mother's child reported that she had like sores on the inside of their mouth. So it was just, I mean, I think it's better now. I haven't been able to smell it, but it's just like, it's just a lot of stuff going on, and you don't realize how precious simple necessities are, like water, until you can't use it. And it's just like, I feel so grateful that we live in a very privileged country where we have easy access to that, because there are other people on islands in third world countries that don't have easy access to stuff like that. And it's just like, you just don't think about that until it's taken away from you. Anyways, I don't know what that whole rant was, but yeah, that's where we're at right now with the moving process. I'm just trying not to think about it. I'm really just trying to be at peace with everything and being like, it's in God's hands. If he wants us to move to the island, we're gonna move to the island. If he cancels our plans because situations, then we're gonna go somewhere else, and I'm okay with it. I would just like to know though. Anyways, I'm gonna finish eating this, finish editing this video, and I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit.